Hi, my name is Yuqi. I'm American. I moved to London for love. You see, my friend fell in love with this guy she met in London on holiday. For 5 days, she fell in love and moved country for him. And I love making major life decisions based on other people's terrible ideas. I wanted to see how it turned out, so I moved here for moral support. It did not work out. She's back in America, I'm still here. I really like living in London. I've made friends here. I've made friends through pole dance community. I think it's a very empowering sport. You have a lot of strong ladies there, but you also get a lot of bruises on your legs. They're called pole kisses when you're climbing up and down the pole. So, and it's summer now, when I see a lady walking down the street with a bunch of bruises on her legs, I don't know if she is okay and I should say something to her and ask her if she's okay, or if I should high-five her and then ask if she's okay. I think that when it comes to other types of ways of making friends, there's weekly meditation, but you can make friends for that, but I'm not sure. I'm afraid of starting meditation because I hear that once you start it, you don't want to stop. You want to do it every day, you don't want to skip a day, and if you skip a day, you're going to feel worse. That sounds like an addiction to me. And if someone came up to me and said, you should try this thing, you'll do it every day, you want to do it for the rest of your life, it'll make you more focused, it'll lift your mood, and you won't want to stop. I'll say, no thank you, I don't need any Ritalin right now. It wasn't wild for me to move to London because I was actually previously working in the UK, in France. And France is the only country where open on Sunday is a legitimate advertisement for a shopping mall. France is the only country where my team lead had a 2-hour lunch break put in his calendar every single day. And if I tried to set a meeting during that time, he would auto-reject it with a giant middle finger. I learned a lot. Something else I learned about work is that if you want to be promoted, you should tell your boss, I want to make manager in 3 years. Am I on the right track? So I thought, great idea. I went to my boyfriend and I said, I want to make wife in 3 years. Am I on the right track? He said no, and he fired me. But technically he laid me off. I got asked out on a date, and the date was to this guy's performance at a play. He was performing in it. It was a trash garbage play. I let him know it did not go well. He did not like that feedback. He said, you acted so unacceptably that night. I can't keep seeing you. Which was rich because he was the one with the unacceptable acting. I know if I like someone, if I want to go to bath with them. A guy I don't really like, he asked me, do you want to go to bath? I'm like, I don't think so. Probably not. I'll pass. A guy I do like, I'll say, yes, I want to go to bed. Take a bath. Go to bath with you. When it comes to travel, I went to South America a couple of years ago, and my dad was like, be careful. In South America, kidnapping is very popular. Like it was some kind of national pastime. I said, don't worry, Dad. When I go there, there will be a new national pastime. It's called escaping. When it comes to my dad, he bets on horses, and he doesn't do very well. He loses a lot of money on this. But he's lost so much money on horse betting that when I went home and borrowed the car, he didn't have any money for an Uber. We all hear this, we can turn it off. And and he didn't have any money for the Uber. So when I came home and I said, Dad, I'm gonna call an Uber to get from the airport back home, he said, no, cancel the Uber. I'll come pick you up, and you can just pay me what you would pay an Uber driver. When it comes to living in London, I've had to get used to a couple things. For example, how much Londoners drink. I was around Notting Hill around 2 in the morning coming back from another event, and there was this guy laying horizontal in front of my way as I'm trying to get home. I can't pass him without walking over him. So when I'm a pretty relaxed person when I'm asleep, but when I'm awake, I am aggressively helpful. So I called emergency services and I say, there's a guy lying horizontal on the sidewalk. Somebody needs to see if he's okay. And emergency services says, do you mean the pavement? Of course. And the other thing is he was completely alone. Now, if we were in Hackney and there were bodies littered everywhere, I would get it. But we're in Notting Hill. This isn't a party neighborhood. He's alone. He looks like he's got choices. He's wearing a nice jacket. And he doesn't look like he chose to be an obstruction to society. So, luckily, a police officer happens to be driving by slowly, not looking and observing the neighborhood. So I wave him down and say, "Take a look." And he shakes the dude up, and the dude wakes up and starts speaking French, which made me realize France drinks even more heavily than the UK. All right, that's my time. Thank you so much.